Hello everyone, the Godsall here, and it is time again for Godsall's Turnbuckle, the wrestling video podcast I run over here on youtube.com. And in this episode, we are going to be doing predictions for NXT Takeover 30, which is happening this Saturday. And, at this point, they only have 4 matches on the card. For the main card, they do have one pre-show match as well, which we will go over in this particular segment as well. But I could see them adding another match to the card. On that one, that is a possibility. They have 2 matches they could put in there. We'll see if they actually end up doing it in any way, shape, or form, or they could just go with a 4-match card, which they have done in the past for takeovers. So let's go ahead and do the pre-show match. It is Breezango going up against Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch, going up against Legado del Fantasma, which is a triple threat match that is now going to be the #1 contendership to Imperium's tag team titles. I feel like this could be a fun match. It's interesting that they'll be putting this one on the pre-show, but usually I guess they don't normally put #1 contendership matches on the takeovers themselves for it. But I feel like this could be an interesting match. Now, based off of the storyline that I have been seeing, I know Breezango's had a match with Imperium. I don't think Real Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde have had a match with them yet, so that is a possibility. But I also think Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch have had a match with Imperium, but I believe they are still on a quest to, unless if they've dropped it. Unless if they dropped it recently, they had a quest of taking those titles off of Imperium, and maybe that is going to be the case of this one. So I'm actually going to go with Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch to pick up the victory in this match. Not quite sure how this one's going to end out actually going, though. So up first, we have the North American title 5-way ladder match. So this will be for the vacant North American title. It is going to be Bronson Reed going up against Damian Priest, Cameron Grimes, Johnny Gargano, and now the Velveteen Dream. Johnny Gargano and Velveteen Dream just got added on Wednesday to this match on that one. They had a lot of stuff towards the end of Finn Balor and Velveteen Dream with a lot of interference with the other people in the match itself, which eventually led to Velveteen Dream picking up the victory over Finn Balor. Who I actually see as the person, I'm going to end up picking them as well. The person I see is kind of the favorite at this time to take that title is going to actually be Damian Priest. I feel like they're going to go that route and give Damian Priest the North American title on this one. Maybe I'm just playing off of the math of the fact that practically everybody else in the match in some way, shape, or form held the North American title in that match with Finn Balor and Johnny Gargano. So the one person I didn't see touching it was Damian Priest. So I'm going to go with Damian Priest on that one. I'm going to play like the old wrestling math on there, is that if you held the title before actually winning it, you probably aren't winning it, type of thing. So I'm going to go with Damian Priest on this one. Up next, we have the NXT Women's title match. It is Io Shirai going up against Dakota Kai, who now has Raquel Gonzalez back in her corner. Yes, she did return on Wednesday and practically destroyed Io Shirai after Io interrupted Dakota Kai after her promo on NXT. So I feel like this is that basically where they were going with that one is the whole aspect of where I think who the winner is going to be Io Shirai, based off of the fact that Dakota Kai did get one up on Io going into the match itself. Not really too much for me, much more for me to really go off of on that one. So I feel like, again, this is probably going to be a good match. I've liked what they've been doing with Dakota Kai in the terms of her heel turn and where she has been going leading into this NXT title match. Her victory over Rhea Ripley, which is going to eventually lead to Rhea Ripley going up against Mercedes Martinez to go along with that. I feel like they've done a really good job on that one, but I don't necessarily see her being the one that takes the title from Io. So I am going to be going with Io Shirai in this match. So we have ourselves a nice little specialty match here, and this is something you usually don't see on NXT. Usually this is something safe for the main roster, but Pat McAfee has been really doing more stuff with NXT than he's been doing with the main roster, so it makes a lot more sense. And lo and behold, I liked what they ended up doing with this as well. I thought this was actually really good stuff, and the promo that we saw from Pat McAfee on Wednesday night was actually really good as well, and also painted him basically as the heel, and with Adam Cole being the babyface. Yes, it is Adam Cole going up against Pat McAfee. It is a wrestler against the football player. Again, usually this is stuff safe for the main roster, but with the factors that Pat McAfee's done a lot more in NXT with the NXT side than he has with the main roster side, it makes sense for in that sense of it. Of course, this all got started with the Pat McAfee show itself. That was in that was basically a podcast that he's running. He had Adam Cole on there. He eventually throws some digs at Adam Cole, which has Adam Cole go absolutely ballistic, and he throws some F-bombs, apparently breaks a microphone and a headset, and eventually led to everything like Triple H showed up on there and apologized, invited him to the show. He starts poking fun at Adam Cole, so Adam Cole gets in his face even after an apology, which led to Pat McAfee punting him Pat McAfee was a punter for the Colts, so makes sense that he would do a punt to his opponents in some way. And I don't mind the build, especially after Pat McAfee dropped the promo on Wednesday and basically showed himself as being the heel in every way, shape, or form. You know what though? I feel like this is going to be a case that, yes, there's been times where they have the celebrity or the sport or the sports figure go over. I don't think this is necessarily going to be the case on this one. I think they're going to have Adam Cole go over in this match, so I'm going to go with Adam Cole. I feel like Pat McAfee has had a lot of the control going in. Therefore, Adam Cole ends up picking up the victory in this match. So, this leads us to what will be the main event. It is going to be Keith Lee going up against Karrion Kross. And this is an interesting one because Karrion Kross has not been on NXT that long, and he is already in the picture for the NXT title. Keith Lee just won the NXT title from Adam Cole. He relinquished the North American title after the double title match. Everything that they've done going into this has actually been quite good, I think. At least on my own personally, I think it's been good, including the fireball spot from the week before, from when Karrion Kross was signing the contract, and then Keith Lee was opening the binder to sign it himself, and lo and behold, fireball to the face. I don't think we've seen the fireball to the face gimmick done in that way, so I think it was done pretty well on that one, but it leads to believe, like, are they putting Karrion Kross in an NXT title match so quickly in a prominent spot on a takeover, especially after, he destroyed Tommaso Ciampa in his other takeover match at In Your House, to basically try to get as much out of him because he's going to the main roster really quick? Or are they taking that NXT title off of Keith Lee that quickly after he had won it? I mean, and now he's also relinquished the North American title. I don't know exactly where they're going with this one. And we know they don't usually go with screwy finishes. They have some kind of definitive finish in the match for NXT. So I'm going with Keith Lee on this. I have to go with Keith Lee on this one. I just see him being the one that picks up the victory. I don't see them taking that title off of him that quickly. Keith Lee has done a lot in the NXT side of everything, and I don't see a short title run in his future. I see a much longer one, or one that goes at least into another takeover to go along with that. What happens with Karrion Kross afterwards? I don't necessarily know. Does that mean he's just, going to main roster really quick, or is he staying in NXT? I don't necessarily know, but I don't see them wanting to take that title off of Keith Lee so quickly after he had gotten it. So yeah, that is basically everything I have on this one. They only, like I said, they only have 5 matches right now, 4 for main card and 1 for pre-show. We'll see if they add any other matches to go along with it down the line. But with that being said, that is everything I've got for NXT Takeover 30. There is a possibility that I could join in with a live reaction that will be over on my Twitch page for NXT Takeover. You'll also see that for SummerSlam as well. Also be on the lookout on the channel as well, because I will be doing SummerSlam predictions in a separate video to go along with that. And hopefully as well through the entire time, we will see a NXT Takeover 30 review and a SummerSlam review over this weekend. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the content that I am going to be giving to you over this time. If you do, give it a like, give it a share, give it a subscribe, hit the notification bell if you so wish, and take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great rest of your day.